I thought I'd take the opportunity to answer a question that often gets popped up into our space as trainers, as coaches, and that's the whole idea of protein and what it means to us and what it means to you if you're trying to regain control of your body and lifestyle. I wanted to just answer 4 simple questions that we often get asked as fitness professionals. They're 4 pretty basic questions, but often are misunderstood when it comes to the utilization or the taking in of protein in our diet. First things first, and quite importantly, is just to understand the role that protein plays in our diets and what it is in our bodies. You know, there's a few things that I think we need to understand. Firstly, people get the wrong idea about protein. They think it's something that you take on a daily basis, rather than it being something that you actually are on a daily basis. Between 15 and 20% of the body is made up of proteins. It's in our muscles, it's in our skin, it's in our organs, and protein is responsible for quite a bit that goes on in the body on a daily basis. So it's really important to understand that protein plays a critical role in our lives, in our bodies on a daily basis. I get asked a lot is, when I'm training, do I really need to take in additional protein on a daily basis? Now there's 3 major roles that protein plays in your body. So number 1 is repair. That's obviously part of your recovery process, making sure that muscles that we've broken down during exercise are being repaired. Secondly is to maintain. So that we've built to maintain that and keep it strong and healthy. And the third role is obviously to grow. So if we're looking at growing lean muscle mass, and I'm not talking about growing, we're not talking about bodybuilding here, we're talking about fitness and health in general, is you want to be able to grow more lean muscle fiber. In growing more lean muscle fiber, you're going to look good. You're not only going to get lean and thin, you're also going to look great. It's quite important to make sure that our muscles aren't getting broken down. That's quite key. We don't want to be skinny and not toned. We want to be skinny, or we want to be lean rather, which is skinny as well as toned muscle. Well done, my girl. Don't worry about the snow. You'll be okay. Obviously with the additional protein that you may need in order to promote muscle adaptation during the recovery process from exercise is also quite important. You know, as we exercising, our muscles are getting broken down. In order to repair faster and ensure that we can get the job done on a daily basis, it's quite important to take in that extra protein. This is the biggest question that we get asked all the time, and that is, how much protein do I need to take in on a daily basis, and should I drink protein shakes? So to give you a quick breakdown, the average adult needs probably about 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. Okay, that's at a sedentary state. Okay, this is where people misunderstand it. That's at a sedentary state. That's no exercise, no added exercise. Then as you start to get more active on a daily basis, where let's say you're taking part in some recreational athletics or some recreational group fitness classes or personal training or gym work or whatever it may be, then suddenly your protein requirement becomes slightly higher. So you're looking at about 1.1 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram around your body. That now increases again as you become slightly more competitive. So if you go from becoming recreational to becoming slightly more competitive, you want to look now at taking in between 1.3 and 1.8 grams of protein on a daily basis. Then you get the competitive athlete. Now this is the number that everyone hears about. A person who's training 6 to 7 days a week, high intensity training, they need to take in about 1.8 to 2 grams of protein per day to ensure that their muscle mass isn't getting broken down and to ensure that they can function at the high level that they're looking at functioning. Then it's also quite important just to look at that and understand this whole question around, do I need to take protein shakes? Well, for me personally, I live a busy lifestyle. I'm on the go the whole day. I'm literally non-stop the whole day. For me to stop and prepare a meal every couple of hours is probably unachievable or unrealistic to think that I could do that. So I eat my standard breakfast, lunch and suppers, but being an athlete that has a very active day physically, it also is essential that I take in the right amount of protein. So for my body mass, I'm 85 kilos. I need to take in 170 grams of protein a day. To do that with just food alone means I'm going to be eating quite a lot of food. If you break that down into tins of tuna, where in an average tin of tuna you're getting about 17 grams of protein, you're looking at 10 tins of tuna a day just to get the right amount of protein that I need on a daily basis. So for me, protein shakes are more a thing of convenience, where I can take in 40 grams of protein, one shot, straight away into my system with one shake. For me to do that with one meal, I'd have to take in 3 tins of tuna. So I think that really breaks it down. If you're having to take in a high amount of protein every day, protein shakes are more a convenience thing rather than something that you feel you have to do. It's not about that. If you can get the right amount of protein into your diet by eating, that's great. Food obviously trumps everything 99% of the time. So I hope that answers that question. Another question that I get asked a lot is, I'm a lady, should I eat a high protein diet? So let me break this down for you quickly. As a woman, you don't want to just get skinny, right? You want to get skinny, you want to get lean, you want to get toned, you want to get some nice shape in your body, and you want to look good. You don't want to just feel good. So taking protein into your diet is pretty essential, because as a man we have testosterone pumping through us, which is an aid in terms of building muscle mass. For women, you don't have that. You got estrogen, you got progesterone, but you have different hormones to us. So taking in protein for you is pretty essential. The reason being is because obviously your body is breaking down muscle tissue, breaking down fatty tissue on a daily basis. And obviously it varies as you go through your cycle. So it's quite important to understand that you need to try and maintain and build as much lean muscle mass as you can on a daily basis, and obviously on a monthly basis, as well as on your training program, to ensure that you're functioning at the level that you need to. So it's quite important to understand that if you aren't taking in protein, what's going to start happening is, yes, you might lose weight, yes, you might get skinny, but at the end of the day, you're not going to have any muscle mass. So what are you going to be at the end of the day is just a skinny bag of skin. Now we don't want that. We want you to be skinny, but lean and toned at the same time. So should I take protein if I'm exercising as a woman? 100%. So I hope this little snippet on protein helps. I hope you got some benefit from it. If you got any questions, just ask in the comments below, feel free. Got anything that you'd like to know about health, about fitness, about getting in the shape that you've always wanted to be, just pop it below in the comments. I'm happy to put a video together as we go forward around the questions that you have. So have an awesome day. Don't forget to subscribe to the videos. Don't forget to like and share with your friends if you found this interesting, and have an awesome day.